Like, well, are we doing this again? It's actually different than we're doing. So first you're doing it. Okay. What have we done?
So the kids presenting, one of them's my daughter.
Oh, really?
All the blonde, the second one in the back row with the white shirt on. She's super nervous. I said, I'm gonna do that. She goes, Dad, that makes it worse. So
Yes, like nervous.
Apparently ignores that. For them. Now we'll see how it goes. Good luck.
at 6:30.
Call this meeting to order. Meeting notice has been provided. Roll call vote.
Mr. Ladzinski,
Here.
Miss Van Aken,
Present.
Miss Schaffner, here, Miss Strablo,
Here.
Mr. Castillo,
Here.
Miss Zemer,
Here.
Mr. Schneider.
Here. I'll stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the December 15th, 2025 regular meeting minutes and the January 13th, 2026 board study session minutes as presented. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Citizen comments? No comments? May I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next up, Silver Spring Intermediate School presentation.
Good evening. We have some very excited members of our Best Buddies Juniors advisors here with us to share some information about the exciting things happening at Silver Spring. Oh, sorry. Hey, you got it. We're from the SSI Best Buddies Junior Club, and our goal is that everybody needs a buddy. My name's Hansika Pradeep, and I'm one of the advisors of the Best Buddies Junior Club.
My name's Lily Bender.
My name's Avi Hanoki, and I'm also an advisor, and Emily Westrick is also an advisor of our club as well. We have 4 student advisors who plan and run our clubs. Our Best Buddies Junior Clubs has 110 members. We have staff advisors who assist us during our meetings. Best Buddies is a club that helps kids make new friends. The special part of the club is that it brings together students so everyone feels included and has a chance to belong. In Best Buddies, we do fun groups as an activity. We do fun activities as a group, like games or projects. Practice being kind, welcoming, and a good friend. The whole idea is simple. Everybody needs a buddy.
Best Buddies is a national non-profit organization.
And there's the Best Buddies. Okay.
There's the Best Buddies at Templeton Middle School and Hamilton High School. This is the 4th year of Best Buddies Junior Club at SSI.
We raised money to purchase a Best Buddies bench 2 years ago. Each year we join Templeton Middle School and Hamilton High School for the annual Best Buddies Walk at Hamilton High School.
These are some pictures from our fall Pictionary, which was in October. These were the pictures of our turkey cupcakes we made in November. And these were the holiday ornaments we made last month. What else is happening at SSI? The ways that we've helped others is number 1, the Panther Showdown. Students voted to give $1,000 to the Suffolk Outreach. Number 2, Student Council organized the Mitten Drive. We collected 134 pairs of mittens. And number 3, the Granola Bar Drive. 2,888 granola bars were collected for blessings in a backpack.
Fun and exciting things happening at Silver Spring. 6th graders just went to the museum. 5th graders had a kindness retreat. 6th graders have a science fair on January 28th, and the 5th graders went or are going to BizTown for health and wellness. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
I just want to say to all of the students that came, you did an unbelievable job. There's a lot of people that would never come to a board meeting and speak. So thank you for doing that. You did a tremendous job. You should be very proud of yourselves. So thank you.
All right. Next, Dr. Milkey. Update regarding district events.
We're going to start some celebrations. First off, to Templeton Middle School, received a grant from the Milwaukee Society of Plastics, further help our students in the applied engineering program. So we're excited about that because of the work really at all 3 of our levels. We've gotten a lot of interest in sponsors and community partnerships, and that's helping us do even better and more great things for our kids. We hosted the inaugural post-secondary planning night for students, and it was future college, career, and military planning. There were some sectionals available to parents to attend. We got a lot of really positive feedback on that, and students got a chance to see some of the options that were out there and exposed to some things. So again, really, really good opportunities for our kids as they think about next level. And then talking about our art, we had a student, sophomore student, Badra Nadish Ragitha, was awarded the gold in the 2025 Next Gen Inner Arts Foundation XE Creative Art Contest. There was over 4,200 submissions. So she had a poem there, and then also the cover for the poem got it for the art as well. So tremendous job as we continue to have award-winning students in the arts. And then some legislative updates, a lot of things that are going on. I'll just highlight a couple. So you're going to see there's a lot of bills being proposed out there. We'll wait and see which ones come forward. But hiring retired staff is one that's they're talking about and gaining some traction. A lot of schools that benefit from that. They're looking at making some changes. There's some talk for state budget and school funding. The biggest 2 around increasing state aid, and then also the special education funding. You know, that Dad predicted, I believe, 42%, and then the last estimations we had were under 40%. I want to say like 37 or 38. So I think some of it is just looking for it to be funded at the level that indicated it where it was at the beginning of the year. And then several other bills being included, considering some for school consolidation. Those things, a lot of those aren't going to impact us. There's some things more potentially with more strict cell phone bans, depending on what comes out with that. We might be okay with that one, but again, it depends what the final one looks like. And then some student staff communication, putting some policies in place for that. We already do have some around that area, but that would start in next school year potentially. And I would anticipate that one passing. It's got a lot of bipartisan support so far. So just a couple to keep your eye on that. As we're talking about legislation, we have the meeting for legislators in this room on February 23rd at 6 p.m. Just a chance to share what's going on at Hamilton. And then a lot of times, as you've been to those before, they get our input on some of those bills and what they think would be good, what they should be focusing on. And then district updates. Again, just a reminder, we do have a primary for the first time coming up. So February 17th, just a few weeks away, at large seat, Tom Seiler, Cassie Hainan, and Tom Ledzinski are all in the primary on the 17th. And then the top two vote getters for that will go on to the April 7th election. And then Jay Jones is running unopposed for Village of Landon, and in Village of Sussex is Adam Jaguar going against incumbent Ashley Schaffner. Upcoming events, there's a special meeting, closed session coming up February 2nd next week. Super Connected meeting is February 12th. No school for students on the 16th. That's a teacher in service day. And then next board meeting is February 16th as well. Be happy to answer any questions if the board has any at this time.
Any questions for Dr. Milk? No?
Personnel met earlier. And the first thing on our agenda was approval of, let me get there, I'm sorry. Was the approval of resignations. If I could have a motion.
I move to approve the resignations as presented in the personnel report dated January 26, 2026, provided by Mr. Rubik.
Second.
I just want to point out that one teacher, it looks, it's a fifth grade humanities. They're on a sabbatical this year. They're on a leave this year, and they already let us know that they're not coming back next year. That's why that one. So there's somebody already in place for the year, and that. So
Motion's been made and seconded. Any questions from the board? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
next, if I could have a motion for retirements.
Move to approve the retirements as presented in the personnel report dated January 26, 2026, provided by Mr. Rubik.
Second.
This brings the total currently to 11, and most, if not all, of the retirements for this school year are have been requested. So
Motion's been made and seconded. Any questions from the board? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
and last, if I could have a motion to approve the appointments.
Move to approve the appointments as presented in the personnel report dated January 26, 2026, provided by Mr. Rubik.
Second.
These are some hourly positions that we have filled. It seems like we always have some we're working on, and these are the ones being presented this month.
Any questions from the board? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Anything else? Nope. Thank you, Ms. Van Aken. Next, Mr. Castillo, Buildings and Grounds.
Okay, we met earlier this evening. First up, if we could get a motion to approve the bill payments.
I'll make a motion to approve the bill payments in the amount of $4,125,228.98 as presented.
Second.
Okay, things of note for this month, we did have AED pad replacements. Also, Zion replaced the Fine Arts Center boilers, which was board approved in September, and the work was done over winter break. And then JAK Enterprises did the Hamilton High School casework replacements.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any questions from the board? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, next up, if we could get a motion to approve the agreement between the Hamilton High School District and the right at school.
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement between Hamilton School District and Right at School as presented.
Second.
Okay, highlights for this one, this is for before and after school care. This would be, the highlights are for student enrichment, for the choice for right in school. Also, there are lower fees for families, savings of 5% over the previous rates. And also we have district discounts offered at 50% for district employees, 10% for military families, and 10% for siblings and programs.
Motion's been made, seconded. Any questions or discussion from the board?
Yeah, when is the program starting next fall?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, no questions, but we just kind of talked in our committee meeting too, that it's just a good job to the team that put this together. The Y has been our before and after school care for many, many years. But there were some things that it just looked like some changes needed. So good job for moving on it and trying this out. So good job to the team.
Anyone else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And that's all we have tonight.
Mr. Costello. Next, we have approval of Templeton Middle School course catalog 26-27. Mr. Hoffman. And Mr. Leland, just Mr. Hoffman.
Just me. Just me. It's okay. Just because we have just a few minor changes. So I'm here to present proposed revisions and changes for the 26-27 grades 7 and 8 course catalogs. Just a couple, formalities on there with the table of contents, page numbers, and dates, and those types of things. Through working with the Greater Madison Writing Project, our communication and arts has made some wording changes from research papers to argumentative research papers, and that just goes to the standards, as well as looking at what the Ford exam is asking our kids to write about. Changes to the fitness tests, instead of listing all of the fitness tests that are there, going to a complete personal fitness journey. And again, that is another change through the curriculum writing process in updating that curriculum as well. World language is focusing more on presentational types of things, the writing and speaking, and the reading and listening, and then the interpersonal piece of speaking and writing. And then just some changes with introduction to business and marketing through the curriculum process, again, changing some of the learning targets and the focus for students to work on disciplinary letters.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the Templeton Middle School course catalog for 2026-27 as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any questions? Mr. Hoffman.
I have one question because I'm just curious. With the fitness language changing,
Yes.
are we still doing, like, I know we do these things and there's the whole presidential fitness coming, haven't followed but heard some things. Are we changing anything, or we're just changing the wording on here?
It's more of the students will be setting goals around those different fitness tests.
Okay.
But they'll still be doing.
Yep.
Running push-ups.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, approval of renewal of girls hockey WIA co-op agreement 26-27. Mr. Newcomer.
The girls hockey co-op is up for renewal, another 2-year cycle. We co-op with Arrowhead High School and a couple other schools in the area. We've consistently had about 2 to 3 girls participating in this co-op. It's been a pretty good arrangement with Arrowhead. They do charge us about $250 per kid as an administrative fee, and then the rest of player fees get charged to the families by Arrowhead. So I recommend that we continue this partnership.
Thank you. I have a motion, please.
I move to approve the renewal of the WIAA Cooperative Team Sponsorship Agreement for girls hockey for 2026-27 and 2027-28 as presented.
I
Second.
second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
I'll ask the question on the next one.
Opposed?
No, I'm for. I just had a question, but I'll ask it on the next one. We're good.
All right. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, approval of renewal of boys hockey co-op agreement.
So same situation here. This is another 2-year renewal for the next 2 school years. We co-op with the Brookfield East Co-op, and several other schools. This is actually for the Classic 8 conference. We have about 8 kids on the team this year, and about, let's see, which is a little bit down from previous years, but that kind of ebbs and flows. But no fees are assessed to us on this one. All player fees get issued by Brookfield East straight to the families. As you know, the boys team has been pretty successful. They got the state tournament last year. I think our student athletes get a lot out of this co-op. So I recommend this one is approved as well.
Thank you. May I have a motion, please?
I move to approve the renewal of the WIAA Cooperative Team Sponsorship Agreement for the boys hockey for 2026-27 and 2027-28 as presented.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded.
Okay, now my question. So why is there a fee for the girls and not the boys? Is it just the high school that we go through? That's their protocol, or?
Yes, and that was a new fee last year that they threw at us that we weren't expecting. I mean, I guess it takes time and effort to organize a co-op. So they're just kind of trying to make some money.
Gotcha. All right, that was all I was wondering.
Anyone else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Next, approval renewal of boys swimming and diving WIA co-op agreement.
Yep, boys swimming and diving, another winter sport for another 2-year cycle. We co-op with Menominee Falls, and this is in the Greater Metro Conference. Consistently having about 13 kids participate in this. This is one that we get charged, prorated, not prorated, but an amount based on how many kids we have on the team. So all the coaches' fees and facility fees and transportation fees all get divided out. So that one has a hefty price tag on it. But again, I think we have get a lot out of this for our students, and they're successful. So again, I recommend this one for approval as well.
May I have a motion, please?
I move to approve the renewal of the WIAA Cooperative Team Sponsorship Agreement for boys swimming and diving for 2026-27 and 2027-28 as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any questions from the board? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Next, approval of co-curricular and extracurricular activities report and recommendations.
So this is my annual report from last year's school year. So I guess my summary of my summary is, participation remained strong last year. We had about 1,213 students involved in athletics and activities. This includes 839 student athletes, 916 students participating in registered clubs and organizations. Athletic participation has continued to increase pretty much every year since 2020, reflecting both strong student interest and program stability. The impact of our participation is clear in our academic data that we collect. Students involved in athletics and activities maintain an average GPA of 3.55, which is up from 3.44 from the 23-24 school year, and compared to 2.63 with the students that don't participate in anything. So attendance trends also mirror this success. Participating students missed an average of 6.97 days, which is down from 8.09 from the year before, while students who don't participate miss almost 14 days of school. So these figures reinforce that co-curricular involvement directly supports student achievement and engagement. Last year was an exceptionally successful year, and we had 5 teams qualify for the WI state tournament, and we celebrated a couple of historic achievements: boys volleyball bringing home their first ever state championship, and girls volleyball bringing home their first state runner-up in their program history. We had 22 student athletes sign collegiate letters of intent to play at the college level, and 5 students sign fine arts letters of intent to pursue their collegiate as well in their fine arts pursuits. Our dance team won the Palm State Championship. Our bowling team placed second state, breaking several state records. Our DECA club had 32 students place at the state level, several of the top 7 in their event. At the international competition, we had 4 students also recognized. We put on several wonderful performances throughout the school year. The fall play was Little Women. The one act play was Dream Walk, which several students won awards as well. The winter play was Clue, high school edition. And last, the musical was Once Upon a Mattress. Looking ahead, continued growth presents both opportunities and challenges for us. Since 2009, tracking all the data over the back, athletic participation has increased 34%. Underscoring the need for proactive planning, we're exploring facility improvements, which with a separate firm, Point of Beginnings. We started that back in August. Exploring facility improvements to address safety, accessibility, scheduling conflicts, and also addressing demand that we're starting to see. Let's see. At the same time, we are facing rising costs, as you guys know, through our athletic training services are now getting very costly. Officials' fees are going up every year, and then the cooperative team expenses also seem to increase. In closing, I believe our co-curricular and extracurricular programs are a vital extension of our classroom and are in a very strong place right now. They deliver measurable academic benefits, competitive success, and life skill development for our students. And continued support will be essential as we plan ahead and maintaining these high standards that I think everyone kind of expects from our students in our activities and in our athletics.
Thank you.
That is my recap of last school year. Any questions?
May I have a motion, please?
We'll make a motion to approve the I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I'm right. A motion to approve the co-curricular and extracurricular activities report and recommendations as presented.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any questions for Mr. Newcomb?
And a couple. Just saying out loud, I'd love to make sure that we keep a cash option for the tickets.
I believe you said this last year too.
Yep, probably did. Just want to say it because your numbers show that there's still plenty of people using cash.
Yep.
Curious for your thought. I know that we changed the structure of what our students pay to be athletes here, but in your report, I mean, you're showing that we're losing dollars.
Yeah. So, and that jumped out to me as well, and I had to double check the numbers just to make sure I was seeing that correctly. But that comes down to a loss of 4 or 5 football games last year. Not hosting playoff football games.
Okay, that truly made up that.
Yes.
Okay.
It shocked me too, but that, yes.
Cool. As long I just want, if you could feel good about it.
Yeah.
Feel good about it.
Because I double checked it last week again just to make sure, and it came down to those. Yeah, I think it was four football games last year.
My only point was going to be if we need to talk about, like, we don't want to raise the price for families, but we want to be able to offer as many sports as we can. So
100%.
If you're good, then I'm good.
Yeah. And I guess some of that stuff is a little misleading because we report the total money brought in, and when we host playoff games, a lot of that money comes in, goes right back out to the WIA. So even though we're showing we brought in that much money, a lot of it gets cut back out to the WIA. So it's a little misleading when we host playoff games.
Okay. So then should we be expecting to see that loss again this year?
No, we hosted a few football games this year.
Okay.
So next year at this time, I'll report that it should be up.
Okay.
Probably not all the way up from 2 years ago, but farther up than this. Thanks.
Yeah. The other thing that impacts too is typically every other year you host five home games and 4 games in a regular season.
Yeah.
And we've got back-to-back years of 4 games because of the scheduling glitch with the crossover. So
Because you got
that'll
9
be
regular
too.
season games, so you're either hosting 4 home or 5 home. So like he's saying, 2 years in a row we host 4 home, and then put on no playoff games. That's just the 4-team swing. So
The other thing that may impact this, I think board is aware, we've been slated to move to the Classic 8. And I would say that there'd probably be some of the games, especially at the football level, and some of those basketball games would probably have a higher draw with number because they travel better than some of the smaller GC schools.
And then my only other ad was, I know that there's a call out, the groups exploring turf. Still want to go out as one board member. We can't afford it plus replacement fees. We get into risky business, so I'd be remiss to not
sure.
add. That's it.
Anyone else? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, approval of Hamilton High School course catalog. Mr. Bauer.
All right. Well, mine is going to be really short and sweet. So, everything that we changed in our course catalog for next year, we've already talked about in front of the board. So what it really boils down to, the minimal changes include our new courses that have been approved, including the SMART program, and our course prerequisites. I will admit that took a little bit of time. The message got a little bit mixed there because some departments were ready to just move on from grades attached to prerequisites, and then others were struggling with that idea. So I do think the compromise we came up with of it being ultimately a C or higher, because we don't have a C minus anymore, is where those changes landed. But I did a lot of work with our administrative assistants to make sure we have consistent language in all our departments too, so that when kids and parents go through, they're not reading 6 different variations of what a prereq sounds like. So cleaned up some of that, but beyond those things, really kind of business as usual with the high school course catalog.
All right, may I have a motion, please?
Move to approve the Hamilton High School course catalog for 2026-27 as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made, seconded. Any further discussion or questions? Mr. Bauer. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Next up, Ms. Holly, discussion and approval of insurance broker.
Yes, thank you. So just a quick recap. We did receive 7 proposals for benefit brokers. We did a review in-house and picked the top 3 based on that matrix that was in the RFP, which the board was able to see on June 13th. From your feedback and the information presented, we would like to recommend R&R Insurance. Some of the highlights is that they have extensive experience working with other school districts. I did reach out to 4, all gave great glowing reviews as references. But in their interview, they also mentioned they have a national presence, which is also important. They have some great cost containment strategies, some of which they talked about was the tier plan design, direct contracting, and clinics, as well as stop loss review. And then enhanced employee engagement and communication. So that would be in our wellness program, and a direct assistance with claims. Right now, our office does a lot of that, so it'd be nice to have somebody else in assisting our employees with that information. Are there any questions?
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve R&R Insurance as Hamilton's school district's benefit broker as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made, seconded. Any questions from the board? So can you tell me their timeline to get started on this?
As soon as the board approves it, I will reach out to them tomorrow, and then they had a pretty intensive 30-day plan. So I'm sure it will be very soon that we'll be meeting with them and starting all those discussions.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Approval of open enrollment seats for 26-27. Mr. Rubik.
All right, good evening. I was here 2 meetings ago to give you some preliminary estimates, and this is the meeting tonight where boards across the state have to take action on open enrollment for this upcoming year. So per state statute, boards need to establish seats at this meeting. As we do analysis each year, we take a look at what our projections are, what our growth projections are, as well as returning students involved in those projections, and try to give you as a board a recommendation on whether we believe that we should open up seats at this time. It is our recommendation that the board open up no new seats for open enrollment at this time for the 26-27 school year. What this would mean is that when the open enrollment period starts statewide next week, that any families applying into the Hamilton School District would be, those applications would be taken in, and then we would place them on a waiting list later in the spring. We would form that waiting list. And then that waiting list is what we would use if the board decides to open up seats later on in the year. So this is your statutory requirement at this meeting. This can change throughout the semester or into the summer. But at this point, because we are still expecting to see some resident growth, as well as our class sizes are kind of right, most of them are right at our board guidelines, we are recommending no new seats. This is in line with really probably the last 15, 20 years in our district. At this meeting, we have recommended that the board be conservative in your estimates, and we will do our best to try to take in the applications and create the waiting list and then conduct the lottery later this spring. So as far as special education seats go, there are some that we have identified as potential, but those seats can only be filled if there were regular education seats first offered. And since at this point we're recommending no additional seats be offered, that would include for special education as well. But I know there is a chart in there that does show some of our programs have a little bit of room where we could take students if we get to that point. So happy to answer any questions for you tonight. Otherwise, that's our recommendation.
I have a motion, please.
I'll make a motion to approve no new regular education open enrollment seats for the 2026-27 school year and place applicants on a waiting list for consideration as the district monitors enrollments, class sizes, and space availability, and special education space available only as identified as presented.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Questions from Mr. Rubik?
My only question was, it looks like we're adding about 3 new seats to or 3 new anticipated enrollments to every single grade level.
You mean sections?
Actual enrollment. Like the 25-26 actual is 250 for 4K and the projection is 252.
Oh.
Like every single line was about 3. Not questioning, just saying that seemed, I think it's fair to say you guys were more cautious maybe than other years as we figure out if last year's decline was unprecedented, unexpected. We feel good about, like, 3 seems pretty reasonable. Feel good about that number?
It is, I think for this process, I think it is. You know, we have been surprised by some of the enrollments for the last couple of years. But for this process, as far as using kind of what our projection modifier was, it seemed to be appropriate. And I think one of the things that
we always want to do to make sure that if we have any challenges to the way we conducted this process, is to use a similar process from year to year. So while the numbers may not be held exactly to 3, the process that we've used is what our attorneys say is really important. So any families that would want to challenge how we got to this decision, we can go back and say, this is the data we used and this is how we used it. And it's been similar for really the last 2 decades.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, first reading of reviewed and revised board policies, fitness education program.
I don't think there's any,
41.1.
I don't think there's any significant change there, just about readability, for that one.
And that'll come up for vote at the next meeting. And next we have the second reading and approval of reviewed and revised board policies. Community programs and services, responsibilities and guidelines for district issued credit cards, access to public records, official public notice, notice of employee to employees, notice to current or former employee who is the subject of a public records request, notice to an individual who holds a local public office position and who is the subject of a public records request, and public records request form and fee schedule. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve reviewed and revised board policies listed on the agenda as presented.
Second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any questions from the board? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. May I have a motion to adjourn open meeting and move to closed session pursuant to statutes 19.85 1C for the purpose of discussing and the evaluation of the superintendent.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Mr. Laczynski,
Yes.
Miss Van Aken,
Yes.
Miss Schaffner.
Yep.
Miss Strablo,
Yes.
Mr. Castillo,
Yes.
Ms. Zemer,
Yes.
Mr. Schneider.
Yes. We are not adjourned and into closed session. Does anyone want to take a